Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of The Bachelor, the most boring season ever with the most boring Bachelor, Ben. So this time they tried to spice it up by taking the girls to Puerto Rico. And it's beautiful there, so they had to skunk it up with their disgustingness. Everyone gets a date this week. Alright, I really miss those date boxes, I must say. I guess it's a tough economy though. They had to scale down to the cards, which seem kind of cheap, but isn't everything on the show cheap? Alright, so the first date's for Nikki, and it's a one-on-one. Let's find new love in old San Juan. And yes, it was in Spanish. I don't know Spanish, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it in Spanish. The standard helicopter showed up. I guess they splurged all their money on the helicopters, which seem to show up for every single date now. Before, a helicopter used to be a treat. Now it's pretty much standard. I'd rather have the date boxes. Those helicopters, they go down so easy. Alright, so I thought it was kind of funny when they went to go get the shaved ice and he was speaking Spanish, and I think the thing was called a paragua, and it kind of looked like an icy wiener in a cup, and they were both looking at it like, this is what this is? Alright, so it rained like a mofo on this date. Great date, right? Means you gotta get naked and get new clothes. So he's like, hey, I know what we'll do. Let's buy some new dry clothes. So they went to the store and he put on this white, looked like linen type suit, shirt and pants that looked like he was ready to go play chess on those permanent chess boards that you see out in the park. And she was wearing 2 tablecloths. So they really splurged on that. Then they stalked some girl who was getting married at her wedding. And by the way, it took her forever to walk in. It looked like her dress was stuck on the stairs or something. I don't know. Maybe that dress was just too enormous. She couldn't make it up the stairs. So at dinner, the subject comes up of how Nikki was married before, and I'm a little worried about that. But meanwhile, back at the house, the no expense spared date card arrives. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, is what it says. And Blakely is super pissed that Elise got the final one-on-one date for this week. She hasn't had one before. She's only been on group dates. Alright, so back on the date, he's okay with the divorce. She gets the rose. Not too exciting. So the group date starts at the baseball stadium. It looks like the show gave the girls these weird onesies to wear, and some of them chose to wear them and some of them didn't. They were just really weird. Chris Harrison shows up and is like, alright, this is what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a romantic beach party for 5 of you. You're gonna break up into 2 teams, but there's only 9 of you. So one person will be playing on both teams. Weird, I know. Alright, so Ben gets to pick who automatically gets to go to the beach party, because if she wins on one team or the other, she's going. So that would be Lindsay. So Courtney and Blakely are captains because Courtney's evil and Blakely's athletic. She actually knows how to play baseball, softball, whatever it is, something with a ball. She's experienced. So it's going to be a 2-inning game, and Ben is the designated pitcher. It's tied after 2 innings, and it actually takes 5 full innings before they end this pig. And the winning team was Lindsay, surprise, Courtney, Jamie, KCB, and KCS. Guess what? Helicopter shows up, takes the girls away. The losers have to go back on the bus, walk of shame, to the hotel, and Ben ends up giving KCB the rose because she listens to him. But right after he gave her the rose, Courtney's like, can I steal you? And she drags him down to the beach, and she plants the little bug of skinny dipping in his mind. Date ends. End scene. Alright, so then Elise's date. Let's find love somewhere private. Guess what? It's a private yacht. Now she makes the mistake of telling him, I know I'm young, but I've done it all already. And his ears perked up. He was like, you've done it all? I gave up a lot to be here, Ben. So let's jump off the boat like 5 million times. Then they have dinner on the beach, and she's talking about how she's done being single. I just want to be married. That's what I want. So he mistakes it for, hey, Johnny Bravo, you fit the suit. Why don't you marry me? So she doesn't get the rose. She goes home in tears. But meanwhile, back at the hotel, the creepy guy shows up to take her suitcase away. I always hated that. That guy always creeps me out, no matter who it is taking the suitcase. Courtney gets all excited, runs out of the suite, and stalks him down at his door in her robe and underwear and says, let's get naked, full naked. It's skinny dipping time. It's skinny gross time. That's really disgusting. I'm sorry. She's just a whore throwing herself at him, and he's too stupid to see it. The end. All right, cocktail party time. Blakely corners Ben for her one-on-one time and says, I just want you to know, I write something down about you every day. And he kind of dug it. So, meanwhile, while the other girls were chatting, Courtney starts taunting them with skinny dipping talk. Like maybe they know, maybe they don't. I think they actually do. Emily, on her one-on-one time, flat out says, I don't want to talk about Courtney, that pig, and then starts talking about her. And he warns her, stay out of it. That was really weird. All right, time for the rose ceremony. First rose goes to Lindsay. Last rose goes to Emily. Shocker, because I thought Emily was going for sure. But Jennifer is cut. I'm a little surprised because I thought he had something going with Jennifer, but honey, be lucky you got out. In the eternal words of my dad, you don't want that. Next time, Panama City, Panama. Make sure you brought your mosquito nets, kids. And there's going to be something tragic going on where everyone's crying, shaking their heads, saying, I never expected that. Till next time, much love.